Hi everybody, thank you for joining me today. We're doing something different. It's a movie review. A few weeks ago, I did have a video, Assholes at the Movies, and I talked about the movie Ghost Ship. So my very good friend, Hangman Charlie, he does horror movie reviews. And in his 31 Days of Halloween, he's doing Ghost Ship, and he says, hey, you should too. I'm like, challenge accepted. So this is a movie review of Ghost Ship. It is a 2002 horror movie directed by Steve Beck. It stars, among others, Gabriel Byrne, Julianne Margulies, Carl Urban. You would see some other faces that are familiar to you in that movie. It's, as I said, it's horror. It's rated R. IMDb gives it a 5.5 and Rotten Tomatoes gives it 16%. If you have not seen this movie, sorry, spoilers ahead. It's about a salvage crew, and they go out in their little tugboat to international waters, and they find treasure, and that's how they make their living. You know, they're salvagers. So they get a tip on this, big ocean liner that's up for grabs, and they're like, oh, they're gonna make millions off of this thing. It's awesome. So, and then as they learn, it's haunted, and much death and calamity ensues. Something I feel that this has touched on a lot in the movie is greed. As you know, one of the 7 deadly sins. They encounter a couple of others, but for the most part, the tugboat crew is really done in by their own greed. I mean, they have they have an example in the beginning of the movie, throughout their interactions with the luxury cruise. They have demonstrated themselves to be more greedy than prudent. So you kind of feel like their greed kind of did them in on that. And that, obviously, not one of the best things. Something about this movie I like is that it kind of evokes feelings. The opening scene is freaking amazing. If you've not seen it, you're gonna just watch the opening scene. It's great. It'll really just hook you in and make you want to see the rest of the movie. So, like I said, this movie evokes feelings. You feel surprise and wonder and anticipation. Also the incredulity, like, oh my God, no, don't do it. And then they do it. It's a horror movie. They're going to make bad decisions. This is just a given. But I really do like that you're not just there like, oh yeah, I wonder what's happening next. No, you really kind of get into it. That's one of the really good things about this. Something I don't really care for is they get very technical on their nautical information. Ghost ship. This whole thing takes place in the ocean. And so they describe talking about fixing engines and hulls and all these things. And, oh, we got to do this and that. And I don't know what the heck they're talking about. I imagine the majority of people may not know what they're talking about. How many people have worked on a ship or know about working on ships or that type of engine and whatever? It's not, I would say, like a well-known thing. The reason why I don't like it is because it doesn't further the story. All it is giving us information, making us be like, what's that? Is that even a real thing? I don't know. And then you start wondering, and it takes away from the story. It's the only reason I don't like that very technical nautical information. Something I do like that they give within that whole information is maritime law. They say when you're in international waters, it's basically a free-for-all, first come, first serve, which is nice to know because even though we are suspending our belief as a viewer of a horror movie, we're still thinking like, come on, really? And in this case, yeah, really, they can. They can just, go on up and loot and take it home and sell it, and that's their living in international waters. So that's kind of interesting to know, and it does, in fact, further the story. So I would say when this movie ends, it should leave you thinking about a couple of things. One of them is, can innocent people go to hell? In the movie, all the souls are gathered on the ship, they all die, and once they get to their magical number, whatever it may be, the whole ship goes to hell. And even the innocents, there's like a little girl on there. What evil sin has she committed to be damned in eternal hellfire? Probably nothing. I believe they even say she's an innocent. So it leads you to believe if you are just in the wrong place at the wrong time, can your soul be dragged to hell? If you believe in such a thing, and even in theory. I'm like, is there a point to living a good life if you're just in the, a demon gets you, hell time. But I went to church my whole life. I never sinned, What, is that even possible? Why? How? That was a big question for me. Something else is evil inevitable and unstoppable? Again, I said there were spoilers. So there is the soul survivor, sinks the ship, all the trapped souls are free. So very luckily all these people are not going to hell. But then at the end of the movie, you're led to believe they're just going to capture more souls again. So was it worth it? Is it just an ongoing battle? Is this something that you can never actually defeat evil? You can just slow it down and save who you can? Is that what's happening? So that's another question I feel is left open-ended on this movie. I really liked the open ending because it left it open to a sequel. It could even have become a TV series. Who knew? But it didn't. But I did like the open ending on that. Just in case they wanted to pursue it further. Because it does appear that evil is relentless. It will never stop. Something to think about if you're going to rewatch the movie again. Overall, I would say I do like this movie. It's not a good movie, like, oh, this is so badass, the this, the that. But it's entertaining. It's entertaining. I enjoyed it. I will watch it again. And that's what movies are all about. Entertainment. So in that case, I'm just going to say a yes or no. Yes, this is a good movie. If you do like this movie, I would suggest, these are all horror films I'm going to suggest to you, from the director who is Steve Beck. He also directs 13 Ghosts and The Abyss. From Carl Urban, Major Hottie. He is also in Priest and Doom. And then Gabriel Byrne, again, another hottie. There's much eye candy to be held in this movie. So Gabriel Byrne, he is in Stigmata and Hereditary. These are just a couple of movies I'm throwing out there. Horror genre, same actor, same director. If you like this one, you might like the others as well. Just giving you some suggestions out there. So we have concluded our first movie review. If you look down in the description, you will see a link to my buddy Hangman Charlie's channel, as well as the actual video of him reviewing Ghost Ship. So please check him out. I am eager to hear you all's comparison of what you like, what you didn't like, what we did different. I have not seen his yet. I'm being fair. I'm just doing my own thing here. So let's see what y'all have to say, and I hope y'all check him out. If you like horror, you definitely want to see him. So I hope I did not waste your time. I know it's something different. Go with it. Go with it with me. And stay safe. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. I will see y'all later. Ah!